I won't even lie to y'all. For the next 5 to 8 minutes, I'm about to be the most arrogant SOB that you could possibly see talk about this subject, because what annoys me about people who don't understand business is that they just sit there and they think, oh my God, I have all the ideas and I have a product that could change the world. And they don't spend any time thinking. They don't have a blueprint. They don't even have a foundation. They just make some concoction and they want to sell it to a bunch of people. And it was sold to people. And you had numerous examples of people getting a default product, getting something that wasn't up to code. You had this woman outright say on camera she didn't know what FDA stood for.
Approved? What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce is not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I?
And a lot of you took it for a joke. A lot of you said, oh, ha, 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 she's memeing on the trolls. Ha, 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 ha. She's just having a laugh. The woman is very slow in the process of business, but she got saved by a company who came in and took pity on her and said, we are going to help you make this legitimate, because I don't care what any of you wannabe Black Foundation supporters say. She did not have this shit up to code, and she was very lucky that she was somebody who came into a situation that could save her ass and not get her sued.
Tiers women. Our ideas are amazing. We can be innovators. This is what Carly is to me. She's an innovator. She's a vivacious woman that was hungry to start her business. She tried to upgrade as she went. Honestly, her honesty about her torn down to never create anything again. To be honest, some people, they lack personality. They lack the ability to sell anything. They lack the ability to present anything. So think about it. This woman has presented a sauce that she created in her own home, convinced people that it's cute, that it tastes good, shown them repeatedly. The one thing that I can say about going down her TikTok page is that that girl posts every day, multiple times. Like, she shows passion and ingenuity in how she brings you the product.
I can't even stop the video. Please come. Turn this off. Pink sauce is kids. I'm about to throw up. Turn the video off. No. It's a no for me. For one, it stink. Okay, sweetie.
And what's weird is that the product ends up in Walmart. And I was one of the people who said, congratulations. Hopefully it goes like gangbusters and you make a bunch of money, because that's what people want to see, right? All you people that whine, bitch, moan, and complain and groan about nobody supporting Black businesses, you have a Black business on the rise. Being in a store where a lot of people shop and they can purchase it, they can review it, they can say, it's pretty good. Now it's actually something that's tasty and more people could buy it. But it didn't work out like that, because internet trends have a funny thing. Once the traction dies, nobody cares about it anymore. And you had nobody mentioning pink sauce for a long time. You had pink sauce lady running around saying, oh, I'm successful. Everybody wanted me to flop. Blah, 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 blah. Which leads to last week, where she comes out of thin air again, complaining that she's broke. She only got $20 every week to her name. She can't feed her kids. And it's this company's fault. The company that saved her ass from getting a potential lawsuit from various people who said, you know what, lady, this bullshit you got, it looked like pink cum and Pepto-Bismol with a little bit of paprika in it. We not really gonna sit here and invest time to it. Yes, there were a few people who were lying, trying to get some clout off of it, and fuck those people for that. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this woman didn't deserve to get criticism. All these wannabe think peace activists running around saying, why y'all taking all this anger out on a Black woman? She was selling a default product that could have poisoned somebody, because she does not know what a measuring cup looks like. And to bring it back to that company that saved her ass from getting sued, wouldn't you know, while she was running around trying to convince people to give money to her via a GoFundMe, which I don't know why Kyrie Irving of all people decided to give, I think, $24,000 to that woman's GoFundMe. I have a Ko-fi link if you really want to blow your money on something stupid. You can buy my Black life right now, link in the description. But what's funny about this woman and all these grand claims she's making about how she's poor and broke and how she's going to need money for a lawsuit, what's funny is that this company responded saying basically, in no uncertain terms, she's fucking lying. Dave's Gourmet says they paid pink sauce creator over $120,000 $100,000 and continue to make all payments as due. Dave's Gourmet, the company that brought Chef P's pink sauce to Walmart shelves, is responding to the recent allegations made by the creator. After announcing the fundraiser, the GoFundMe, Shaw posted several since deleted videos accusing the company of rejecting her marketing ideas and attempting to steal her legacy.
Oh, this is the way I look at it. Shit, I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. They just ain't give me the money yet. That's all. They just ain't give me the money yet. But it's cool. It's not cool. It's really not cool. Like, I'm here losing my shit. Like, 2 days ago, I had an emotional breakdown. Like, this man is so afraid of me. He's so scared of me because he know my strength. He's so afraid of me, and I hope he watching me right now because he will know I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping because that's what they want me to do, because this is not a quality part. It's not a quality product. At the end of the day, this is not a quality product. The pink sauce is not supposed to be the beige sauce. The pink sauce is not supposed to be the multicolored sauce. The pink sauce is not supposed to be freaking vinegary like that. It's not. That's the tea. Let's wake it up.
Okay, so my partner just showed me this whole pink sauce drama. Coincidentally, I am someone who, prides themselves on the dressings that I make. I get pretty creative with them. I am really good with dressings. There were several things that jumped out immediately to me as a red flag. Several of those I have now seen other people talk about it, now that I've gotten more into the drama. So I'm going to touch on those real quick, but then I'm going to point something out that I haven't seen anyone else notice. So the things that I have now seen other people talk about. Now, the label is crazy. It equals out to 40,000 calories for a bottle, which is definitely not correct. The fact that vinegar is spelled wrong immediately jumped out to me, huge red flag. The fact that there is milk in it. Granted, it's allegedly a very small amount, but still something that you would typically want to keep cold. So already kind of off-putting. The interesting thing about dressings that some people don't know, if it's not a vinaigrette, mayo is probably the main ingredient. Now, that's a little bit different when you're talking about companies who have a ridiculous amount of preservatives. Just using this as a random example, Hellmann's, their ranch does not technically use mayo, but it uses pretty much all of the ingredients that you would put in a mayo, with the exception of egg, which they have other things to thicken and bind in place of the egg, such as the cornstarch, xanthan gum, all that. If it does not have mayo, it's almost guaranteed to use mustard. The reason that most dressings, non-vinaigrette dressings, use either mayo or mustard is because it acts as a binding agent. A lot of times you get a balsamic vinaigrette. If you let it just sit there, it's going to separate. Because it's oil and vinegar, it's not going to mix well. Even if you use an immersion blender, it'll separate. Which is what makes the texture of this sauce so weird. Now, you could point to the honey and say that that's the binding agent. But the thing is, the pitaya is what gives it that color. Pitaya is just dragon fruit, and the red dragon fruit is this color. Even with the fact that it's mostly water, if you were to use honey as your binding agent and just honey, it wouldn't be quite as dark as the fruit itself, but the honey would darken it. It wouldn't be this light. Also, if you were using enough honey to actually bind the ingredients, it would be thicker than this. This is very light, almost watery. So I was thinking there has to be mayo, or at the very least mustard in it. And then I came across this video, which you see something that looks an awful lot like mayo. And if you look at the ingredients list, there is nothing that looks like this listed here. Even if this is not mayo, at the very least, she is using something that's not here to give it that particular color and consistency. She's definitely not telling us the full ingredients list.
First of all, I don't know why anybody would want to steal the legacy of Pepto-Bismol with a little bit of paprika in it, but that's besides the point. A representative for Dave's Gourmet provided the following statement in response to Shaw's post. Dave's Gourmet has adhered to the terms of the agreement with Ms. Shaw. We disagree with Ms. Shaw's allegations. Dave's Gourmet has paid Chef P over $120,000 to date, and it continues to make all payments as due and on time based based upon the terms of the contract. We've offered to reimburse Ms. Shaw for her lawyer's time to go over the terms of the agreement and how it relates to the payments that were made to Ms. Shaw. She indicated that she's open to an amicable resolution of the dispute and the parties are in discussions. And what's funny about that is that it came out nearly around the same time as Chef P was running around promoting the GoFundMe, which I believe is still up, because even though you sold a bunch of people on a bill of goods, which was Pepto-Bismol with paprika in it, and you want to sell people on a bill of goods of the poor disenfranchised girl with an idea being pigeonholed by a corporation of evil people who just want to tear down a black woman and steal her legacy, you still have that GoFundMe up, even though it's admitted you not really broke, you just a dumbass who don't know how to finance herself. And yes, you got kids, yes, you got to make sure they're straight, yes, back to school time is very important, and you spending all that money on back to school items, but guess what? You still have to save that money and invest in, I don't know, growing your business so that people can further support you. Maybe you can make some blue sauce, some green sauce, some yellow sauce with a little bit of red in it, some creative ideas that is past a fucking non-actually pink bottle of gunk that changes color depending on what temperature it is. You are not really gonna sell anybody on a bill of goods with these baseless allegations of how a company is fucking you over. I have no sympathy for anyone who tries this hard to stay relevant when the internet lasts a lifetime. It will change with the growing cycle of people doing stupid things for attention. And you did a very stupid thing for attention. You made a concoction and sold it thinking everyone's going to support. And side note, to you dumbasses that just see black business and say, ooh, I gotta support it, you just as dumb as her. Because why were you looking at somebody making something random who is documented and saying they don't know what the fuck they're doing? She's on video recording herself just making a concoction and you say, oh, I've got to support. I'm not tired of these white corporations. I'm this, I'm that. You are very bad with your money also, because how in the blue fuck are y'all running around thinking this was an item you should have actually bought and had on your food? I'm sorry, but no. So as we end this cycle of somebody with a really dumb idea not being able to execute it properly and still lying to a bunch of people so that they could somehow get a profit, I am honestly considering that I shall make my own form of nonsense and call it toenail sauce. You won't know what's in it, but you'll have a certain idea. And honestly, can we just for a moment in time, just be honest? Every idea don't need to be supported. Now, I know I'm such a bigot. I want to see everybody fail. But guess what? Criticism is one of the best things anybody could have in their life. Whether if you want to be in the food industry, whether if you want to make some corporation of whatever it is you want to do, you want to be a content creator, have people in your camp that'll criticize you to your face and say, hey, this shit sucks. I have an idea on how you could potentially do better for yourself because I want to see you make money. I want to see you succeed. Having a parade of yes men around you is just going to make you fail. It's just going to be a bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about walking you to your grave. And that's unfortunate for you poor fucking souls that do that. But on the other hand, you could benefit from somebody saying, hold on, wait a minute, come back, proofread, and you might actually make something a little bit different that is successful. But this shit is an unmitigated flop. Why? Because TikTok clout was more important than actually running a fucking business. And if I'm gonna end the video on any note, I'm gonna end it the best way I can, and that's by giving myself food poisoning. I remember you all fondly. I remember all the times we enjoyed with one another, making fun of a bunch of people online, but this is obviously my 13th reason. Pray for me, and you know what? Somebody beat Peachy in Mario Party for me. Oh, that's fucking nasty. Subscribe to the channel!